If Captain John knew the people from Hawaii and Nepal, I think his opinion of humans would have changed. One thing I learned in Hawaii very quickly was how resilient and strong the people are. Local after local that I spoke with told me of their story of such complete heartbreak and loss. Yet they still carry on with a smile on their face, the aloha spirit in their heart, and pono in their doing. These people are hardcore. I am blown away and have so much respect for them. I have met the kindest, most giving people in Hawaii with the true spirit of aloha. The Hawaiian people remind me of the people I met in Nepal. They are from the same mold. In Nepal, they have nothing. It is a very poor country, but they are happy and they shine with the light of God through their eyes. They are some of the most beautiful, kind, giving people I've ever met. The people of Nepal don't get cranky when the power is out and there is no water or Wi-Fi. They just keep steady and smiling. It is really a trait I admire. Yoga philosophy calls this Stiram Sukham, which means steady and happy, which the people of Nepal completely embrace. The traditional tantric yoga I learned from my pilgrimage in Nepal was wonderful, but what left a lasting impression on my heart was the spirit of the people, especially the children. The children stole my heart. The children were the lights of God, just happy to be alive. The day we were leaving, I cried, blubbering out loud in front of everyone, and I never cry in front of people. I just love the people of Nepal so much. They have God in their heart, and it shows. What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. And when we bring what is within us out into the world, miracles happen. Ralph Waldo Emerson. You are the miracle. So many seekers are waiting for someone to come save them, whether it's their mom or dad, Jesus, or the ET aliens. We don't need saving. Humans have survived incredible hardships and are the most resilient, strong, powerful, courageous, and compassionate beings that exist. We plod through life suffering, experiencing heartbreak after heartbreak, carrying our losses and griefs in our hearts and the weight of the world on our shoulders, yet still manage to live and smile and be kind and help others and muster the courage to move forward despite adversities. If that is not saying something about the human spirit, then I don't know what does. Humans are the bravest, most badass souls in all the multiverse. The problem is we don't see ourselves this way. We are not walking around with a mirror in front of us. We are encapsulated in our suffering and grief so much that we become defensive and closed, thinking there's something wrong with us, but there's nothing wrong with you. What's wrong is the world. You are perfect, powerful, holy, and divine. You just forgot. I believe the greatest and deepest pain is the pain of not knowing your true self. Letting go of the past. I lost all my photos, photo albums, and scrapbooks while I was here in Hawaii. All of my memories from when I was a little girl up until now were destroyed in a flood in a friend's basement back in Long Island where I was storing them. That was tough for me. I'm very sentimental and keep everything of meaning. I had thousands of photos. It was hard to let them go, but I had no choice. I had to accept my past was being washed away in a flood. That is not nearly as bad as the stories of some of the people I met here that had a more drastic purging with Pele's last lava flow in 2018. They lost everything. I mean, every little material thing they owned, from their house to their photos. Pele destroyed it all. Do you know what grows abundantly out of the lava? The ohia flower. Where lava flows, these amazing little flowers grow. Just because the ohia lehua flower looks dainty and delicate, the plant itself is incredibly durable and can grow in rugged, barren environments like lava. The flower reminds me of the human spirit. Just as the ohia flower reflects the human spirit of perseverance and power, so does the word aloha. Aloha has so many different meanings, like the Hindu word namaste, which is the traditional greeting in India and Nepal. Namaste means basically the light, or the divine God in me, sees and honors the same light divine in you. It is a sacred greeting that keeps God alive in us. You bring your hands to prayer over your sacred heart center when you do this. Aloha means hello and goodbye, which is symbolic of the cyclical nature of life. It also means love. In the Hawaiian of old, aloha means God in us. When we break aloha down, it can mean the presence of the divine breath. Alo meaning presence, ha meaning breath. Non-locals in Hawaii are referred to often as haulis, which means without breath. The traditional Hawaiian greeting is special and sacred. It is done with foreheads touching and sharing breath, which is sharing the presence of God. It is so beautiful to watch and also to do. Sharing breath with the honu. I had the opportunity to partake in this greeting before the sea, social distancing, and face suffocators. I also shared this greeting with a honu that swam with me one day at Magic Sands Beach. The honu and I were underwater together, just frolicking around when I ran out of air. Still a problem. I came up to breathe, and the honu came up with me as well, facing me just a couple of feet away. She opened her mouth and exhaled into my face. I was a bit taken aback. I was not expecting that, and boy, did she have bad breath. But it was an honor, and I felt blessed. We shared the breath of the divine and the ocean together, forever bonded. Aloha is also defined as an acronym inspired by Maui elder and linguist Palahi Paki's impassioned speech to community leaders. It's a law that was passed in 1986. Akahai means kindness, to be expressed with tenderness. Lo kahi means unity, to be expressed with harmony. Olu means agreeable, to be expressed with pleasantness. Ha meaning humility, to be expressed with modesty. Ahonui means patience, to be expressed with perseverance. Palahi Pakai spoke of aloha not only as a definition, but as the legacy of Hawaii and its ancestors. Aloha embodies deeply held Hawaiian cultural beliefs about community, peace, spiritual truth, and expresses Hawaii's hopes for a harmonious future that extends to the whole world. This law continues. Aloha is more than a word of greeting or farewell or a salutation. Aloha means mutual regard and affection, and extends warmth and caring with no obligation in return. Aloha is the essence of relationships in which each person is important to every other person for collective existence. Aloha means to hear what is not said, to see what cannot be seen, and to know the unknowable. Below are the words of Hawaii's last reigning monarch, Queen Liliuokalani, containing the true meaning of the magical word. And wherever the native Hawaiian went, he said aloha, in meeting or in parting. Aloha was a recognition of life in another. If there was life, there was mana, goodness and wisdom. And if there was goodness and wisdom, there was a God quality. One had to recognize the God of life in another being before saying aloha. But this was easy. Life was everywhere, in the trees, the flowers, the ocean, the fish, the birds, the pili grass. The rainbow, the rock, in all the world was life, was God, was aloha. Aloha in its gaiety, joy, happiness, abundance. Because of aloha, one gave without thought of return. Because of aloha, one had mana. Aloha had its own mana. It never left the giver, but flowed freely and continuously between the giver and receiver. Aloha could not be thoughtlessly or indiscriminately spoken, for it carried its own power. No Hawaiian could greet another with aloha unless he felt it in his own heart. If he felt anger or hate in his heart, he had to cleanse himself before he said aloha. The spirit of aloha is a way of life. Can you see how rich and all-encompassing this simple little word is? I say aloha to almost everyone I see. Sadly, it's not heard too much here anymore. but I strive to keep the word, the energy, and the tradition alive. I created a new word, Aloha Stay, which is aloha and namaste combined.